Well, hey everybody. Thanks for coming back here to the basement here in Lower Slower, Delaware. I've got a demo for you today on Where'd You Hide the Body, the title track from James McMurtry's landmark recording from the mid 90s. Excuse me. This is by request of regular listener Louis Patrone. I think it's Patrone, right? Not Patrone. I can't remember. I'm sorry. Oh, this is the second one of his that I fulfilled. Keep them coming. Love to get them. And so this is one of the songs that many songs. I count 26, in fact, out of James's catalog, where he uses the same four changes in all those songs, and yet makes them completely distinctive from one another, because that's because he's a genius. Regular humans like me, I keep stumbling into other songs when I'm trying to play, like, Ruby and Carlos is one I only just finally got by brute forcing it. I'm doing the same thing here today because I keep falling into Rachel's song when I try to play this. It's so similar. I'm not even gonna do Rachel's song at all here because I'll just screw myself up. So let's start with the basic stuff here. We're in natural tuning, no bells and whistles here at all. And we have only a handful of changes to get through. I played almost all of them there in that little intro. That's the intro to the song. I call these things sort of the McChanges, if you like. The thing about it, and oh, by the way, before we go on, there are three links in the description below. The first is to one of my original demos from a few years ago, just discussing how James makes use of these particular sets of changes in natural tuning. So I won't repeat all that stuff here. The second one is a link to a document that I put together that labels all the lyrics with the chord changes we're going to be walking through here. It's just a PDF, and I would recommend you download that and have it up, or print it out or whatever, and just have it, follow along, because I think it'll make it a lot more sense of what I'm saying. That's what I'm working from here, by the way. And then the third thing is a link to a performance toward the end of the time that James McMurtry was doing his live streams during the pandemic. He played this song a fair number of times, and so this is one of those. And it's one that I really enjoy watching because every guitar player has done this. You're sitting there noodling around, what am I going to play? And then he stumbles on this line, and he goes, oh yeah. You start jamming with it. It's so relatable. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through. We're in natural tuning. Let's talk about the shapes that we're going to need. I'll go through them in the order we're playing them. We're going to start with what I call the D-ish. Oh, and the thing about this set of changes is you're going to be leaving these two fingers pretty much all day in these two positions. You're going to have deep calluses in there by the time you're done, especially if it's on a 12 string. So you're going to be doing... So all these guys are going to be jumping around. These guys are going to be staying put most of the time. There's a couple of places where we're going to lift off and do something different. We'll get to that. All right, so the main shapes are this D-ish thing. Takes the place of that. We will play Honest to God D, though, later. Promise. Then the E minor-ish, which is, now you could do it this way. But in this song, kind of getting that in there really helps. So, and then the C-ish, these two here, and then finally the G. Now let me talk about the right hand here as well. What I'm doing here is I'm kind of hammering too. So I'm kind of, what is that, waving it? And then downstroke. All right, so, and I'm going to in between there. I know, I'm terrible at this. you're going to be using that kind of loping thing with the right hand through most of the tune. So I think you'll just keep doing it like everything else. We'll lock in eventually, we hope. Okay, let's see. All right, let's also there are some parts of this song that are very that are identical from the first time to the second time. A lot of it is not, though. There's a fair number of little subtle things he does. So I'm going to just walk through from front to back of the song. We'll take each section in turn. And that's the reason why I went ahead and put this document together, was that because it is so subtly different in a couple of spots there. The only way I can remember is just have it right there in front of me. So, all right, we've seen the intro phrase now. Okay, that phrase also constitutes much of the verse structure. The verses will be that same set of changes for the first 5 lines, and then the last line, instead of resolving on the G, you're just going to be holding the C. Where'd you hide? Before you go into the chorus, okay? So let me go ahead and play the intro and that first verse, excuse me, front to back, and then we'll stop, break it down a bit, and then we'll move on to the chorus. Look across the table with those guilty eyes. So many mornings now I shouldn't be surprised when you lash out at me and you scream out in the night. What did you have done to get in such an awful fright? Is it all that bad that you think I shouldn't see? Who you gonna talk to if you can't tell me hold that seat? Okay, then we're gonna go into the chorus. All right, so that's pretty straightforward, I think, especially if you got the little cheat sheet. All right, let's go ahead and break down the chorus. Now, the chorus is it occurs 3 times, so it goes verse, chorus, twice, and then out. So on each of the choruses, though, is you can divide into 2 halves. The first half in each of the 3 instances is the same, so we'll do that just the one time. In the second half of each of the first 2 choruses is the same, but then the second half of the final chorus, which is basically the end of the song, he does change a couple things up. And so what I'm going to do now is let's go through the first chorus and then just kind of file that away as okay. First halves are done, second halves are done except for the final. And then in between, after the first chorus, there is a little short kind of hammer-on jam thing that he does that we'll go through by itself. All right, here we go. So we start from holding that C chord after the first verse. Where'd you hide the body? Where'd you stash the loot? Keep your hands where I can see, so I don't have to shoot. There's a smoking pistol at your side. You swear it's not the one. Where'd you hide the body? Where'd you get the gun? Into the jam thing. So all right, so the chorus starts with the D-ish to the E minor-ish pretty quickly. Where'd you hide the body? D-ish on body, and back to the D. So it's... And you can do the same thing with your right hand that you've been doing on the verses. It works pretty well in the choruses as well. Okay, and then the second half of the chorus. So I don't have to shoot. C-ish, smoking pistol at your side. The D-ish thing, E minor-ish, and then right back to the D. You Swear it's not the one. So let's do that. It's a smoking pistol at your side. Swear it's not the one. Where'd you hide the body? All right, now what? You got to hit that E minor and D before you even start singing the second line. And so that's why on the PDF I've got the little red labels for the chords actually off to, I've indented the chorus lines so that those chord notations can sit out left. Just to remind you, you got to hit them before you start singing. Smoking pistol at your side. Where it's not the one. Where'd you hide the body? Now, real deep. I want that. I don't want this for that particular chord because it really, especially on a 12 string, really hits that jangly, ringing thing. So it's, where'd you hide the body? Where'd you get the gun? But I do make it the ish when I go back to the E minor. Then he goes into the little instrumental section. So let's now talk about that. You may remember on the record the way the little melody goes. It's and then it goes into the when cornered you complain about the second verse. So the way we can do that, the way we can do that is when you're in the G and you want to do it like this, not like this, because you're going to need the hammer here. So you've got the first note right there. You can just hammer it in your G configuration. That first note. Now we go to that same real D, but this time don't do it this way with the 3. Do it 1 and 2 like this because you want to hammer with your third finger here. So it's oops. Then you're going to go to a straight E minor, not the ish thing, just a regular old E minor, and you're going to want to kind of walk down that. Okay, that's where we're going. We're going to go. So you're just using your pinky to grab that A note on the G string there. And you slide up with your ring finger that is currently sitting here. Get a nice little thing happening. Ah. And then end on a regular C chord. And this is the hardest change in the song. You got to go from this to this real quick. Not easy. I'm not quite there yet myself. Let's see. Let me go ahead and let me come out of excuse me. Come out of the second half of the first chorus. I'll go straight through the instrumental bit. Where'd you hide the body? Where'd you get the gun? Did you complain about the stadio career? That's a tough. I'm not quite there yet, as you saw. So that's my only remedy to that is just do it a billion times until I can finally make it work. Brute force, my friends. Okay, and so then we come to the second verse, and that's exactly the same as the first one. The only difference is right at the end of the last line. What's it say about me if you think I'd fall for that? You're holding the C like the first time, but you throw in that snark. Come on. Then, where'd you hide the body? Okay, so this chorus, the second version of the chorus, just like the first version, both halves. At the end of the second half of the second chorus, you want to hold that C again, just to kind of reset it before you repeat the chorus. Where'd you hide the body? So let me go ahead and do that. I'll start with the second half of the second chorus. Excuse me. There's a smoking pistol at your side. You swear it's not the one. Where'd you hide the body? Where'd you get the gun? Hold it. Where'd you hide the body? Okay, the first half of the third chorus is the same as the first halves of each of the previous two. The second half of the third chorus is different, and it is the way he ends the song. So let's walk through that. Let me play it, and then we'll walk through it. All right, so it's coming off of make no attempt to run. You used to always throw me off your trail. Gee, yeah, but I guess those days are through. All right, I screwed up. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna play it. Here we go. You used to always throw me off your trail. Guess those days are through. Where'd you hide the body? What's consuming you? Where'd you hide the body? What's consuming you? All right, so what he's doing there is, unlike any of the other playthroughs on the chorus, the G chord comes back. So it's, you used to always throw me off your trail. And then instead of the E minor to the D, you're going the G to the D, but for the same short duration. You used to always throw me off your trail. Guess those days are through. And that's why the G is sitting off to the left of the line there, to make you play it before you start singing but on the D. Okay? All right, I think that's it. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna play the final chorus one last time, and I think we're gonna wrap it up at that point. Here we go. Where'd you hide the body? Where'd you ditch the gun? Just keep your hands where I can see them. No attempt to run. Used to always throw me off your trail. I guess those days are through. Where'd you hide the body? What's consuming you? Where'd you hide the body? What's consuming you? All right, so the last thing you're doing there is you're holding that E minor like 3 measures. Alrighty, friends, that about wraps it up for Where'd You Hide the Body. Louis, thanks again for the request. Keep them coming. Love to do them. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.